Back to keeping it 100 with MiLo. I'm Miles Lockridge, and my vision for this show is to be a vessel and an instrument for light through encouragement, storytelling, and shared experiences as I grow into my 20s. When I was younger, I was a picky eater. Very picky eater. I knew what I liked, and I knew what I didn't like. Even to this day, I'm pretty set in my ways of what I will eat and won't eat. But I'm proud of how I've been a lot more open to trying new things that I wouldn't have even 3 to 5 years ago. There's a routine to being a picky eater, even a predictability that comes with the territory. I'd say a majority of my TikTok is food related, and I'll see all of these wonderful dishes, whether it's a sandwich or a meal. There's this um, like video series I've been seeing that essentially goes to all these different um, like restaurants, whether it's around the world or in the United States, mostly in like New York City. But that everything just looks so good. But if there's just one ingredient that I don't like, I just disregard the entire meal. And with that, applying to different pieces of my life, I started to wonder, am I too picky? Am I too tunnel visioned on what I like or don't like to see a good opportunity or a good meal in front of me? Is there even a such thing as being too picky? That is what we will be discussing this week. An overlooked bonus, I feel like, of being a picky eater is no one has to guess what you're gonna get. We all have that chicken tender friend. I'm not saying I'm a chicken tender friend, but everybody has a friend. No matter what restaurant we go to, they're getting chicken tenders. It's rhythmic, and there's no surprises. But the thing about life is there are plenty of surprises at any given moment. The chicken tender friend probably isn't the friend taking constant risks. I'm not going to pretend like I'm this big risk taker, nor do I think it's necessarily fair to say that I'm like SpongeBob in that one episode when he's in his pineapple with his penny and his chip and he's just afraid of the world. Again, I think it's a balance. Honestly, I think I could take a few more risks. But it's almost easier to play it safe. It's easier to pass the ball than potentially miss the shot. I question my picky tendencies a lot when it comes to dating. I brought this up a few episodes back. I can't remember which. Oh, it was probably am I desensitized to dating? That's probably what the episode is. But I'm almost desensitized to the whole thing. And maybe I'm waiting for someone that will bring me back to my senses. But at the same time, your senses do alert you to possible dangers too. It's not like I have it's not like I have one idea of who I want to be with, and if she doesn't fit that mold, then I continue the search. But I also don't feel it's fair to either party to just drag things on if I don't see a substantial future together. With something as important as also, I didn't mention this. If it's windy, I'm probably gonna re-record it, but because I'm outside, because I've been inside all day and it's so nice out this week, but it is kind of windy. Anyway, what was that? I got sidetracked. Um, yeah, substantial future with something as important as finding someone I want to build a life with, is there such thing as being too picky? That's, I mean, a pretty important and impactful step that I don't think should be taken lightly. I do believe in soulmates. I believe that we all have that one person that we're meant to do life with. There have been times where I thought I found that person and been proven wrong, but I still believe she's out there. To argue the neg and go against everything I just said 10 seconds ago, should there be that much pressure on finding someone? Should I, at the age of 23, be so serious about dating? There's so much more life to live and people to meet. How can I say that I've met the love of my life if I haven't really lived yet? Really, it comes down to what kind of fits with where you are in life. We're all on different timetables, we're on different timelines, living our own lives. Some of us are ready to settle down and start looking for forever. And others are saying, darling, I think forever's too long. The same could kind of be said about just life decisions that don't have anything to do with relationships. Should you be picky with your life? Should you be picky with finding a job? Sorry, I'm looking at a bug. That's one thing I don't like about, I love outdoors. I think nature is so wonderful. It'd be so much better without bugs, but that's just me. Anyway, the same thing about being picky can be said about life decisions. Whether it's finding a job, different big life transitions, should you be picky with your life? And honestly, I'm kind of torn on the answer. On one hand, I say yes, because it's your life, and you should live it how you want to. You shouldn't allow, if you're not a chicken tender eater, you shouldn't allow the chicken tender friend to decide what you're going to eat for dinner. But also, if you're not the gourmet foodie friend, you shouldn't let the gourmet foodie friend decide what you're going to eat. It's your decision. It's your life. But on the other hand, I say no. You shouldn't be picky because there's so much out there. So many opportunities that you could miss out on because it doesn't fit your preconceived notion of how your life should be. I was talking with my therapist and I told her my life is like I'm trying to build a Lego Death Star, but I only have sticks and leaves. She tells me, yes, that sucks. I can't build what I want to, but I still have resources to build something. I can't build a Death Star, but I could build a teepee, and that's still special. It still serves a purpose. I think my problem is being so caught up in how separated I feel from the life I want to live that I unnecessarily imprison myself in the life that I have now. But there's still something special about the present, and I could still build something out of it. I shouldn't hesitate to do something or go for an opportunity just because it doesn't fit with my idealized vision of my life. When I was younger, and we'd go to a buffet as a friend, as a family. We'd always go to Golden Corral. It was such a special moment when we'd get, because it was always either going one. It was always like a fork in the road. So if we made one turn, I knew we were going to Golden Corral. If we made a different turn, we were going somewhere else. But we go to the buffet, go to Golden Corral, and I get pizza. Maybe some nachos, nothing out of the ordinary. Something that I could eat any other day of the week at any other place. But my brother would make all these concoctions that seemed so bizarre, but he wasn't picky. He saw all of the options available and built whatever he could in that moment. Life is like a buffet. I know I'll find something I like, but I can't get full off of something predictable and routine. I have to leave room for new experiences, new opportunities, and new chances to build something out of this buffet of life. I think, to kind of wrap things up, I personally should be less picky in some aspects of life. I think it's good to kind of just explore, especially in your 20s. Like, that is the time to explore and to figure out what you want to build. You kind of figure out what materials you have. You have a blueprint, but it's just that. It's a blueprint. It's not the finished product, because the finished product is so far away from being completed. There's still time to make changes or make adjustments or scrap the whole thing and build a whole different structure. I think, and this is honestly a recurring theme because it's so prevalent, it's such a prevalent need in my life. I need to be more flexible with life. I need to expand my palette, so to speak. I think that there are a lot of things that I hold myself back from because of how picky I can be with situations, with not necessarily people. I want to say I'm picky with people, but like, I have a very, like, I know what I'm looking for. I'll say that. But I shouldn't I should allow myself to be open to any variation of what that is. I can't see it as a monolith, you know? But yeah, I would say that's all I got, but I actually have one more thing. This is like, it doesn't really have anything to do with the episode, because it almost kind of came to me this morning, kind of. It's been something I've been thinking about for weeks, but it was kind of reinforced recently with Timothy Chalamet at the SAG Awards. And so Timothy Chalamet, he wins the SAG Award for Best Actor. And it's just, first, I'm so happy for Timmy. Oh my gosh, he did a great job. He won for Complete Unknown, and he goes up and gives his little statement. He goes, "I know I'm not supposed to, or I'm probably not supposed to say this, or I'm supposed to be just like super humble, but honestly, I've worked for this. I've earned this. I spent 5 years of my life toiling and struggling for this moment. And I'm so grateful and I'm so thankful for everybody that helped me get here and for everybody that noticed the work I was putting in. But this isn't the end all be all. I want to be great. I want to be known as one of the greats when it's all said and done. I want to be in that GOAT conversation." And I was so moved by that. Like, yeah, that the whole nonchalant act first off drives me nuts as a teacher, but also as a person. Like, why should you not care? Why should you not want something? Why should you not be passionate and be purposeful in what you're doing? I think, because I was writing this down in my notes. I titled it "Pursuit of Greatness," and I really just kind of listed out my whole ethos of what I want to be in life and how I want to move. I was essentially saying, like, I want, because I was referencing, I want to be great or nothing. When Amy says that in Little Women. And because I think about that all the time, but it's just I I want to be great, and I don't think that's a bad thing to want that competition, even for yourself, to compete with yourself. Because I was this is also what kind of reinforced me to and convinced me to bring this up. But I was on the treadmill this morning at Planet Fitness, so it's nothing crazy. But I went for a little 3.5 mile run, and there was just, I think, I got on the treadmill, I was running. About 10 minutes in, somebody else gets on the treadmill, kind of close to me, and then 5, 10 minutes later, they get off, but I'm still running, and I just got juiced up, and I was like, yeah, I'm working, I'm running further than I did yesterday. I'm working hard for something that I care about. Like, I love my job. I think it's such a blessing to have a job that I look forward to, that I love to do, and I'm passionate about. I want to be great. I want to be a great teacher. I want to be remembered as a great teacher. I want to be the Kansas Rising Star. I want to be the best first year teacher in the state of Kansas. Give it a couple years. I want to be the national teacher, or the Kansas Teacher of the Year. Give it another year, I want to be the national teacher of the year. Like, I want that. Like, I want to work for that. And I don't think it's something, like, it's something that I bring every day. Like, the same grit and tenacity and passion and drive that I bring to my sports, I bring to my writing, I bring to work. Like, I care. And I don't think that that's something that we should shy away from as a society. I think it's important care. I think it's important to want to learn things. I think it's important to want to go and get new experiences. I think it's important to want to hone a craft and really toil and struggle and fail and learn. I think that's so important, especially in your 20s. It's so important to fail and to strive and to get back up. A wise man falls 7 times, but gets up 8. I think that's so, and it's just, like, I keep saying it's so important, but it really is. Like, it's you have to want, you have to want, like, whether it's dating, whether it's a career, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a family. Like, I want to be the best dad. I want to be the best husband. I need to work on being I'm gonna start at being a better brother. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make amends. It's really nice out. I'm gonna see, because I think he's coming in town. I'm gonna see if he wants to go play pickleball. I want to be great. I want to be remembered for being great. Like, and I think that's good to have that tenacity, to have that fire, especially when you're young. To use that fire to melt and mold the stones into building something stronger. So with that, I say go be great, go be kind, and go be greatly kind. Thank you so much for listening, especially now that I'm off my soapbox. But yeah, let me know what topics you want me to cover, what questions you have and want me to answer. And yeah,